Okay, well, I'm back. My camera, I'm not a good videographer. Just have mercy on me, okay? Because I don't even know if I'm even in this frame. Gotta get a better camera. But, yeah, this is the garden, the summer garden. We had cucumbers over here. They're starting to peter out. One of them's already died, and I dug it up. I thought about digging this one up, but it's still got some little possibles coming through. As long as it's doing cucumbers, then it's cucumbers I don't have to buy at the store, right? So, here's my fertilizer. I knocked it over. I had a little strand of green beans here. They're starting to peter out. Here in the Tennessee Valley, we tend to have a little bit longer growing seasons. And, see, I broke one that was here, so it bit the dust. And I've got this one. I dug up one that had dried up over here. So, this is the last week of August 2019. That's a peony bush, pink peonies. And there's one over here, starting to turn brown. So I dug up this little plot of dirt, and I'll tell you, I'm going to plant late summer green beans, or into the summer, late summer green beans. And if they grow, good. If they don't, at least I tried. So this is what I did. These are still doing pretty good over here. So I've got a few plants that's still doing good, you know. So I made a little irrigation tunnel. If you see the end of this row, it comes out, and I'll plant a green bean plant there, and then I'll plant, you know, all up and down here. And then when you get to the end, there'll be a little wall right there, and then I'll plant another green bean. And so I will just flood this hole right here, this little ditch, with water and irrigate. Over here I've done another one, another little row. And so I'm going to come over here where I've dug up some. I'm going to clean this out. And I have like I said, I don't know what made me do it, but I fertilized this old gal, and she's still going at it. So I'm going to put her over here on the fence where I have the greens growing. I have a very small yard, but it does pretty good. And then I'm going to take this tomato cage and set it over here by the door. And see my lovely little shade-loving flowers. See, we call this yard the green room. This is what it looks like. It's the green room. We got trees. We're just under a big canopy of trees. So we have to plant outside of the canopy for the sun-loving plants. See, there's okra. And then we had corn, but if you look over here, see right there, there's what little corn we grew. It didn't do too good this year. It didn't do too good. We got maybe enough for a meal. That was a waste of water. But, yeah, but at least we got something, you know. We didn't have to buy it, and we knew where it came from. So we have a lovely little tomato plant right here. You can see I got water on the leaves. You never water a tomato from the top. You water it from the bottom, or it'll get all fungusy like this right here. So it's got a few. There's a little tomato coming up, some tomatoes. Let me tear that off. Tear this off, and then some more tomatoes. So as long as it's, you know, growing and yielding something. See, here's some little tomato trying to start, and there's another little flower. Here's some more. tomatoes coming in, so I'll leave that. There's the green beans down there. There's some more. I'm going to fill that up like this right here. Like over there is the cucumber, but I'm going to fill this in with green beans and just see how it does this summer. And over here I decided to try planting Irish potatoes in buckets, in plastic buckets. And my family used to cut the potatoes, the seed potatoes that had the little eyes on them, cut the potatoes and then put them in. But on a YouTube video, I saw people putting the entire potato into the dirt. So here's the plants. They reached out so they could get some. They reached out so they can get some sun. And then here's a tomato plant that's doing pretty good. It's got tomatoes here. There's a few here. I didn't prune this one back as like I pruned the other one. Like this one's going all over the place. See over here? I probably should have pruned it because every time you prune a tomato, if you stick it in the ground, you got a whole nother tomato plant. It's got some tomatoes coming in, but the problem with this big mammoth is that it's crowding out my potatoes that I have in the bucket. And I hate to cut it because it's got plenty. So this is going to be something that I'm going to have to maybe tie up into the tree so that these potatoes down here can get some. I'm going to lay it over here. See this? I'm just going to lay it over here for right now. I hope you can see what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just lay it across here. And it's a big bush. It's a monster. So these potatoes can get some more sun. I don't know what I'm going to do. Now, back in the day, I was taught to dig down into the hill and see how the potatoes are coming. I tried this last year, and it was fire ants. That's what I encountered, was fire ants. So I'm being brave right now. I don't feel anything, but I think it's right in here where I need to dig, but I'm not going to bother it for right now. But I'm thinking about putting another bucket of seed potatoes out, because when the sun, we're up here at the top of the hill, and when the sun reaches its zenith, this whole area is just flooded with sun even in the fall. That's what I was talking about, my growing season being extended. I made the mistake of putting strawberries dead in the middle of my garden, and the strawberries are looking for new real estate. See how they're going out? They're putting feelers out so they can spread out all over the place. And at some point, not this year, I'm going to have to move this strawberry bed out of the garden. So over there's my new little area for green beans. There's a plant that I like to see. I wish I could zoom in. Yeah, there it is. See this little flowery thing right here? I think it's so pretty in the fall. It's starting to flower out. I think it's some sort of a yarrow. But that's why I didn't chop it down, because I want to see what it's going to be. Because when I'm hiking, I love to see the wildflowers. Oops, about to fall. I'm going to dig this out down here and put more. Well, I want to plant wheat. Here's well, see this right here? That's one of my okra plants. It's pretty big. It goes all the way up to the sky. I have to bend it down in order to get the okra off of it. And so I've got about, let's see, 1, 2, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the 10th one right here. And come over here. I've got 11, 12. You notice that I didn't do a whole lot of weeding. And the reason that I didn't do a lot of weeding is because these weeds actually help hold the moisture in when I water the garden. And they also help to aerate the soil. Right here's where I just pulled up the corn stalks, about 3 or 4 of them. I'm going to plow all this out. And see, here's that tomato that I just showed you, the big mammoth tomato that I didn't prune back. And then over there's my flower garden. I found out that my flowers do much better when I leave them in pots. But I did plant some marigolds over there. One of the things that I plan to do is when these die back, I'm going to put the flower pots maybe over there by the fence, and then I'm going to put collard greens all in here because the flowers will have died down. And so I'm going to use that for my collard green bed. Here's some asparagus. See that fluffy stuff? This is asparagus. See how fluffy and pretty it is? I tried to kill it, but it keeps coming back. I noticed that my neighbor has her asparagus growing in a pot. So I might try that. Here's some more corn I need to pull down. And so I'm gonna, this whole area, like, there's the tomato. It'll probably keep going until frost. But this little area right here, from here, all over here, I'm gonna plant wheat. I thought about barley, but barley is a little bit harder to winnow, I believe. And then I'm going to come through here, dig that around in there and till it with my garden hoe. And then I'm going to put barley all down through here. And then, not barley, wheat. And on the other side, all through there. The problem with growing, growing wheat in a subdivision is you got cats coming through. And the cats like to, run around in your wheat. It looks like crop circles. They pretty much destroy your garden if you're growing. So this area is about a, I don't know, a 12 by 36 foot area. About 12 by 36 foot. I built this little trellis here. See if I can move back. Built this little trellis here. My husband and I tore down a camper. We wasted some money on a camper that we thought we could remodel. And we could remodel. But the signs of the times were so different this time that we decided not to waste money on it. So we used it to haul kayaks back and forth to the river. But see how I pruned these? See how I pruned these tomatoes back so skinny? They're not doing as well as that big healthy one right here. They're not doing as well. Plus they're close to the shade. But yeah, that's all I wanted to show you. And over there's a tomato plant that I put into the shade. You see it over there on the sand pit where the there it is, where the swimming pool burst. There's a bunch of sand, a lot of sand over there. But I'm just saying that anybody can grow a little bit of vegetables. So over there is my little collard green bed. That used to be a strawberry bed. But some strawberries like the sun. and that was partial sun, so I put collard greens in there, and then there's some poke salad over there. Let me see if I can take you over this way. There's my little greens. But see, here's poke salad. I keep harvesting off of that. It's time to harvest that again. Put it in the freezer for the winter time. There's some cilantro. Over here I've got sage and bell peppers, another tomato, and then the rest is collard greens. The bagworms are trying to take that. So, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I encourage you to do it. Plant yourself a winter garden with greens. Hope I don't get a snake bit over here. But see, that's my Queen Anne's lace. It's dying down. But I thought about either planting sunflowers over here. See how they do? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I just turned you upside down. And it goes on down that way. And I thought about doing sunflowers or more wheat or even sweet potatoes. Alright, well, I'm going to sign off now. Like I said, I'm not a good videographer. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying though. And I'll see you again. Shalom. Keep the faith. And happy first day of the week. I found my green beans. There they are. I'm going to get them and plant them now. Alright. Bye-bye.